Now I'm going to show you how to do an injury bandage. An injury bandage is one we would use on the horse if, of course, he has an external injury. You need to have all of your materials ready ahead of time. That includes your Telfa pad, a nonstick gauze pad, any topical medication that your vet has told you to put on, your clean gauze, your quilt wrap that you will use for your wrap over the injury bandage itself, and your track wrap, and finally your masking tape. You want to have all of these ready to go. I'm going to put them right here so they're nearby. Alright, first you would use your Telfa pad to get the medication from its container to the horse's leg. Now, this horse doesn't actually have an injury, so I'm not going to use any medication. However, something we might normally put on a wound would be something like Nolvasan. So, I'm going to have my Telfa. I would apply it to the wound. Now, nice thing about having medicine is if you have any medicine on your Telfa pad, it helps the Telfa pad stick to the leg. As is, I will make do. You're going to use your clean gauze to go over your Telfa pad. It will stick to itself, hence the clean gauze. You want to go around all of the Telfa, covering the entire thing and a little bit over the bottom. Work your way back up, and you would be rolling this just like you would roll any other bandage. So front to back, outside to inside, or inside to outside rather, from where you're starting. And I'll cover the top, and then you can usually just tear it. It doesn't want to tear. There we go. And just softly press it in so it sticks. That's the first part of your injury bandage. Of course, before you start any of this, if you've been cold hosing, you want to make sure the horse's leg is dry. Everything that's going to be under the bandage needs to be dry. Now, take my quilt wrap, which should fit below the knee. In this case, because I'm placing it on the cannon bone, below the knee. And it should be enough that it covers part or most of the fetlock. If you have a label on your bandage, on your quilt, you want to make sure that that's going to be on the inside or the outside of your wrap. So you're going to roll in towards it, and it's going to be the final thing that shows up. So you want to start on that side. Make sure to roll your quilt tightly like you would a normal standing bandage. Now, as you would a standing bandage, you want to make sure you start on the bone and wrap front to back, inside to outside. You don't want it too tight or too loose, and you want to make sure to get all the wrinkles out. Then, I'm going to apply my track bandage in the same manner, starting at the top and working my way down. Avoiding wrinkles, and I want to keep this as even as possible. Steady pressure. I want to use about half of the stretch in my bandage, so it's got a little bit of give. Remember that improperly wrapping a horse can injure them more than they were originally. And then I want to work my way back up. All right, stop. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to do a stack wrap. A stack wrap is used for any kind of injury or swelling that goes above the knee, above where a normal stable bandage would go. Of course, that requires multiple materials and multiple wraps. The first part of our stack wrap starts very similarly to a stable bandage. Of course, we have our quilt, we have our track wrap, and masking tape, though we wait a little longer to use that. The difference between our stable bandage and our stack wrap is that we want our quilt to be a little bit longer so that it goes below the fetlock over the pastern so that it can anchor the top part of our stack wrap. Of course, stack wrap named so because it stacks one bandage on top of another. So, instead of having a shorter quilt, I have a longer one. I have my normal track bandage, as I did with my stable bandage, and I have my materials ready to go. I'm going to start like I did with my other bandage, making sure that I am snug, and of course, if something goes wrong, I want the opportunity to start over again. I want to make sure that I'm staying really even here on the top, under the knee, because my other bandage is going to be stacked on top. And I want that to provide a good shelf. Just like with all my other bandages, I'm going to start front to back, outside to inside, and I want even pressure as I work my way down. Helps to know your bandages and your horse's legs, so you know what spacing to use. Because I'm doing a stack wrap, I have to make my track bandage cover more area. So I need to be aware of how quickly I'm going through my bandage. Of course, checking for wrinkles along the way. Really trying to get my pressure even. You want to make sure when you're wrapping also that you take your track bandage really all the way underneath the fetlock so that you're really supporting that anchor. Of course, when I get to the top, I want to secure my bandage with the Velcro. Now, of course, I don't want to put on my masking tape yet because I still have another bandage to do. So, I've got my next pillow, which is, of course, long because I have a longer segment of leg. I have a track bandage, which is actually thicker or longer than the one I had before. Although you can use two separate normal sized track bandages, it helps to have a big one because you're actually going to be wrapping from the top all the way down. I'm going to apply my top pillow wrap as I did the bottom. It's not going to look as good on top, but I want it to be really level above my bandage below, so that that shelf really is taking effect. I'm going to start my track wrap a little bit lower down. Try to avoid wrinkles. And then I want to make sure that I've got even wraps on the way down. Of course, in this video, you'll see that my horse is a little irritated by flies. And of course, that's similar to how your horse might act when you're wrapping an injured horse. As often, your horse might be in distress when you're taking care of them. I want my bandage to go all the way over my entire stack wrap, not just the top, because we're really trying to secure the whole bandage. I want to go all the way to the top, leaving that small amount of pillow. Again, don't want it too tight, don't want it too loose. And then, once I've finished, this wrap does not have Velcro, so I'm going to use masking tape to secure it. Of course, my masking tape is nearby, and I just need to start it. This is pretty common with the bigger track wraps, that they don't have Velcro. Now I'm going to secure masking tape over it, just like I would my staple bandage. I want to spiral downwards so I don't have any continuous, or so that I don't have a closed circuit. I do want a continuous loop. What I've also done is made small tabs, so that when I want to remove the masking tape, I can. It's a little easier to do. I want to make sure that I have 4 passes visible. Okay. Now, I'm going to show Elasticon, which is a little less stretchy than vet wrap, but stickier. Elasticon is what we use to help hold out the debris. You can use this on a standing bandage as well as your stack wrap. With this, I just want to apply it at the top of my bandage. I don't need to go around a lot. I want to have enough to have it covered. Make sure that's secure. And then I'll do the same down here. I want to be rolling in the same direction that I've done all of my reps. Make sure it's secure, and you have your stack wrap. So you'll need to change it as long as your vet recommends. Often that's 12 hours. Change the bandage after you cold hose for any swelling inflammation. And now I have showed you how to wrap a polo bandage, a foot bandage, a standing bandage, a stack wrap, and an injury bandage. Thanks for joining me.